Welcome to this video tutorial, and it's good to be back again to a new exciting video that I'll be creating. So today we'll be creating a food delivery app based on Android, and I'm currently using Android Studio Electric EL version. So you might as well use that one. So without further ado, let's go and create a new project, and then we'll have the no activity, and then we'll have this named as food delivery, and then the um, package would be um, com food delivery customer, and the minimum SDK would be um, lollipop and Java. So let's finish this one. So the build is already done, and yeah, let's go start making the um, UI. So here we have the resource folder, and then click new, and then Android resource directory. Then the resource type is layout, and then here the layout folder will be created inside the resource, and let's have the new layout resource file. Name it as activity login. And then we have the coordinator layout as the root element. So I'm using a split view wherein we will show the code and the UI as well. And then make sure to use only the design so that the blueprint will not be overlapping with the design. So it's just focus with the design. Okay, so inside the root element coordinator layout will have the relative layout, and then we'll have the width as match parent as well for the height, and then we'll be using the text input layout, and then a width is match parent, then wrap content for the height, and then the edit text would be the text input edit text. Inside the layout, you'll have the width as much parent and wrap content as well. Then Control Alt L, format your elements, and then we'll have the root, the the relative layout as or having a padding of 16 dp, and here we'll have a hint email, and then the text color hint would be black, and then here we'll have the input type as text email address. The max lines is 1, lines is 1, the min lines is 1, min lines is 1, control alt L, then we'll have the I text color, I mean text color as black as well, and then the text size would be 15 sp, and we'll have the ID as edit email, In here also we'll have a layout email. So let's have this one as having a margin top 20, 50 dp, and then after the layout email we'll have another text input layout, touch parent of content, and then the hint, it should be below the layout email, margin top as 10 dp, and then text color hint is black, and inside of it would be the text input, edit text, and then have the match parent. Here we have the hint as password, and then the end icon drawable. So for that, we'll be using the drawable. You need to right click, new, vector asset, and then in the clip art, you search for an eye. I have already added mine, which I named as ICI, this one. So I'll be using that at all, ICI. Okay, so you should see that it's not yet there, but you should see it in your physical device. But yeah, let's just see later if that works. But as far as I know, it will. So here in the text input edit text, we'll have the input type as text password. The minimum lines is 1. The max lines is 1. The lines is 1 as well. And then the max length is 12. And then the text color is black. Text size would be 15 sp, and then the ID should be the password, and the layout would be layout password. And then we'll have a button. So which parent of content should be below the layout password. Then margin top, then DP. The text should be login. Uh, text size is 15 sp. The style is button that colored, this one, and then ID would be BTN login. Okay, so now we're done with the plain UI for the login. We'll have the email, password, and login. Later, we'll be updating this UI for the create account. But for now, it's just this one. Okay, so we'll be creating a Java class for this activity login. So here in Java, in your root package, have the new the Java class login activity. Will extend the app compat activity, and then here in the Gradle scripts, then module app build Gradle, we'll be adding this configuration, build the features, this one, view binding to true, then sync, okay, build successfully. And then here we have the context on the root element coordinator layout, login activity. Okay, so with that, you can uh, use the onCreate method on the login activity. Make sure to use the onCreate method which are having one parameter, which is this one. So the typical way to connect the login, I mean the XML file to the Java class is using the set content, and then we'll manually declare the variables. I mean the widgets which are the buttons, the text input, edit text. Uh, that's the normal and or manual way. But for this one, we'll be using the data binding available with the Android Studio. So let's have private activity login binding. Let's name it as binding. Then we'll have the binding else activity binding that inflate gate layout inflator. Okay. So now the activity login binding is inflated with the login activity Java class, and we'll have to set the content view to binding that get to. So with that, we will not need to declare the widgets or the views inside the login activity. Instead, we'll be using the binding variable to call that specific widgets. So let's have the init listeners. So init listeners function should be responsible with whatever uh, listeners or event listeners that we'll be adding on this login activity class. So we'll have the binding that btn login that's seen set on click listener new on click listener. Then we'll be checking the um, email and passwords. We'll be using string email binding that edit email that get text to string. Then string password as well that edit password that get text to string. And then we'll be evaluating it using an if statement email that equals one or password that equals. So we'll have a toast and we'll have please don't leave empty fields. And we'll have the email that set, I mean, be binding the delete email set error. Set error empty email. Set error empty. Okay. So now that we handle that way, we'll be declaring the um, activity here. Okay, so we'll be declaring the activity here in the Android manifest file inside the application. So we'll have the activity, login activity, and then we'll be declaring the intent filter. Then the action would be uh, main. And then we have the category as home, another category as launcher. Okay, then have the exported to true. Okay, so um, that's it for this video. In the next uh, part, we'll be creating a Firebase project for the login, and then we'll also be creating the create account uh, activity, and then we'll see from there. Thank you guys.